Yo, what up my Shadow Army? So this is Shadow Critias back again with another My Hero Academia What If video. So this is part 3 of What If Shadow Critias was in My Hero Academia. Before I continue on, if you guys have not seen the last 2 parts, I highly recommend you guys go check out the first part because this story not making any sense to you. And I just want to say I really appreciate you guys really enjoying this series so far recently. And this will be the final part for the season 1 of this scenario. So I'm still gonna do more. I'm not canceling. Just clear that away because I'm doing these like in order for each season of My Hero Academia. Because the first 3 is literally focusing on season 1, and then I'll be going on and focusing on season 2 recently. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get into this scenario. In UA High, where all the students are in their seat with Aizawa, you just announced about what they're gonna do, and everyone thought it was gonna be another training, which is a quirk assessment, but it's not. He announced that they need 2 class representatives, so that everyone decided to vote about who should be the 2 class representative. Everyone are voting that they should be the leader, etc. But Ida goes out just like the original, and everyone decided to do the vote just like the original. But this time it's completely different. In the original, it usually be Midoriya and Momo, but not in this timeline. Ida gets 1 vote for someone, Momo gets 2 votes just like the original, and Midoriya gets 3 votes, while Genzo got 4 votes. And after the vote was that showed on the board, Midoriya is shocked like, how did I get 3 votes? And Genzo is actually shocked like, wait, how in the hell did I get 4 votes? And this pissed off Bakugo just like the original and said, alright, who voted these 2 bastards? And Sero is like, what do you think we're gonna vote for you? And Ida gets, shocked that at first he is pissed that he's not pissed, he just disappointed that didn't get any more votes, just 1. And I wonder who voted. I wonder. And then it's been concluded that his class representative is Genzo and Midoriya. And everyone are shocked and fear. Midoriya gets shaken like the original, and Genzo is trying to put himself together not to be nervous, because he is shaking a little bit, not shaking how Midoriya is. And Genzo is trying to calm Midoriya down. He's like, Midoriya, you gotta pull yourself together, my guy. And after that, it's during lunchtime. The conversation between Ida, Uraraka, and Midoriya goes out the same, just like the original. And we're focusing on with Genzo is hanging out with both Kirishima, Jiro, Asui, Tokoyami, and they both chat about random things. And Genzo asks about he was wondering who voted him to be the class representative. So Tokoyami said he voted for him, Kirishima as well, Jiro, and also Asui. And they were like, wait, Jiro, you voted for me? I thought you probably voted for Momo, honestly. And Jiro's like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I voted for Momo, honestly. And I don't know who's the second one, honestly. So, I guess it's probably you, but apparently not. And I actually wonder who voted for Ida. I'm honestly surprised, honestly. And there was like, Tokoyami's like, why do you say that? I mean, to be honest, I see a potential of him to being the class representative. Same goes for Momo, honestly. And Kirishima's like, you think we voted the wrong person, honestly? No, it's not that. It's just, I don't know. But before they started continuing on, the alarm goes out just like the original. And Genzo's like, what the hell? The hell's going on? And Tokoyami's like, I don't know, but something's not right. So, then goes out just like the original, where all the students are losing their shit. And of course, Kirishima and Kaminai get wrecked. Jiro also getting wrecked as well. Same goes for Tokoyami and Asui. And Genzo is getting crushed as well. And then the things between Ida and Uraraka goes out the same. and Ida just get everyone's attention to come down by saying it's just the vehicles, the media are out there. We need to remain calm. We need to show them that we're the best of the best. And then after that has been calmed down, and then we're back to the classroom where Deku said the line is just the original, but he wants to make announce. So he says that he's been thinking about this, so he decided to. He says that he wants Ida to be the class representative to take his place, and he explains why. So Kirishima and Kaminari actually agrees on that, and before anyone else or Aizawa about to say anything, Genzo actually says this, like, I also wanted to make an announcement as well. I decided to stand down as a class representative. I declare Momo Yaoyorozu to take my place. And why is that? Well, I could tell before that incident happened, before we head down to lunch, I could see Momo Yaoyorozu is broken by this. And I can see her pride has been broken, that she wants to be the class representative. And the one man once said to me, when the hope is lost, another will rise. And I just gave someone a new hope to take my place. So I decided to let Momo Yaoyorozu to take my place as a class representative. Plus, having two guys as a class representative is too much. One male class representative is enough. But we need a female to be the class representative as well. That's also my reasoning as well. And Momo is actually stunned and shunned. A little bit tear does come down her eye that she doesn't know what else to say. And Ida is actually is honored and shocked that Midoriya wants to give the class representative to Ida as well. So both Momo and Ida actually said they would do their best as the class representative. And they don't want this to go to waste of this opportunity that I just gave from both Midoriya and Genzo. So, of course, Aizawa said this is just a waste of time. I don't care who's a class representative, just make it quick. And, of course, and also we go on, Nezu and Snipe and Midnight are asking about, who could have done this? Who trying to break in? Do we have like a villain? Do we have a spy? Do we have a trailer, etc.? That goes out the same. And what happened to All Might? Yeah, that goes out the same, just like the original. So nothing has changed. And the class has ended. Genzo is ready to head home. But Jiro actually comes by to say, hey, Genzo, wait up. And Genzo turns around and sees Jiro and said, oh, hey, Jiro, what's up? And Jiro said, I just want to come by and say that you did the right thing. And that has to be the nicest thing you ever done. And I think it's kind of cute when you do it. And this actually blushed Genzo, like, thanks? I had to do what I think is right, honestly. Even though y'all guys voted for me was actually a waste, honestly. And Jiro said, well, at least you did it. At least my vote didn't, actually. And I was planning to vote for Momo, but you chose me over Momo, huh? To be class representative. And she started blushing and playing her earphone jack. She's like, yeah, you can't stand to look at my face because I look cute and handsome. And she got a little bit blush and embarrassed, and she said, like, she's trying not to, admit it, and she's using her earphone jack, pointing at Genzo's face, and she said, shut up, I'll see you tomorrow. And while she was walked away, and Genzo followed her behind, he says, whatever, you want me. Oh, Lord. Oh, good. In his mind, he's like, what the hell did I just say? God damn it all. And Genzo appears at home, and he just sees, his auntie just cooking some food, and she sees Genzo walked in, and she's like, hey, sweetie, how was school? I heard today was be the class representative. And Genzo like, yeah, people voted for me and Midoriya, but me and Midoriya decided to give the leadership to both our other classmate, which is Rozu and Ida. So they both have potential to be that leadership, but me on the other hand, I'm more being a wiser, wisdom, and giving them advice and being knowledgeable. I mean, we are dragons, are we? We show fearsome, we show wisdom and knowledge, and that's what being a dragon is about, isn't it? And Riko just can't help it but smile. She's like, "You growing up so fast, aren't you? And none of that, you're getting better of your wisdom, and you're getting a little bit smarter, actually." And Genzo's like, "Oi, since when? Oi, a little bit smarter? The hell do you mean by that?" "I'm just kidding, Genzo. I'm just kidding, Ryu. I'm just kidding. You always have to take it seriously." And he's like, yeah. So what we're having for dinner, actually? "Oh, I'm just making some spaghetti. That's what we're having for dinner. And I'm cooking it way earlier because, well, night patrol with the others." "Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a shower anyway." And after Genzo take a shower, and after the dinner was done, and when they had their dinner way earlier, Ryoko goes out of patrol, and Genzo had the house by himself. And, well, since he got nothing to do, he's just might as well go to bed. So, yeah. The next day in the UA High, in the Class 1A room, Aizawa made an announcement that they're going on a trip to a USJ for another training, which is the rescue training, and everyone was hype, etc., until Aizawa said that he wasn't finished yet, etc. So, yeah. Then everyone decided, after he had to finish what he had to say, and instead of the original, everyone had to get ready to put their costume on. And this time, Genzo actually had one equipment for him, just in case if anything happens to him. Because, well, he had let's just say he had a vision for the past, I would say, about a week ago, before the first day of the UA High, that he has a vision that he lost control of his power, and he was inside of the USJ, so he needs something to control if he does end up, that vision does actually happen. So while the others got their hero costume on and inside to the bus, headed down to USJ, the conversation between Deku's quirk goes out the same after Asui says, like, "Your quirk, doesn't it actually familiar to All Might?" And this both caught shock and stun both Genzo and Midoriya, and Deku and Genzo's mind. He was like, "Oh god. Hope she doesn't put those pieces together." And Kirishima says, "Wait, hold on. So you forgetting that All Might doesn't even break herself? That is completely different." And both Deku was like, just sigh relief, and Genzo in his mind, he's like, "Oh thank God, Kirishima. Whoo, you say that? You say both of our asses." And of course, Kirishima actually talks about, explaining his quirk just the original, and Deku is being supportive that he thinks his quirk is awesome. Where Genzo actually said, "I have to agree with Midori on this. Your quirk is pretty badass, dude. That makes you like a tank in the group." And Kirishima was like, "Really, dude? That's actually kind of manly of you for saying that. I mean, we have the three most I can't talk. We have three top pro quirk students here, which is you, Genzo, Todoroki, and of course Bakugo." And Asui just pretty much roast Bakugo, saying that, yeah, even though Bakugo has the most powerful quirk, he would never be a pro hero. He would never become a pro hero, actually, or the best. And this does piss off Bakugo, say, "What do you say? I'll kick your ass." And Asui said, "See, my point exactly." And Kirishima said, like, "Even though we just met, we already know how kind of personality you are because you have a fucking anger issues." And this does piss Bakugo even more. And of course, the Momo thing, this is just embarrassing or disgusting of this kind of conversation. While Uraraka thing is kind of funny, where the boys are just, arguing, etc. And of course, Aizawa had the ruin the fun about they arrived, and they both introduced Rescue Hero 13, and while she was introduced herself, and she stops and sees Genzo from behind, she is surprisingly shy, and she said, "Ryu? Is that you?" And everyone just looks at Genzo and gets like, "Hey, 13, a long time no see." And said, "You got bigger the last time I saw you. How can you grow so fast?" And it's good to see you too. Are you just gonna stand there, or are you just gonna give me a hug? Fine. So Genzo just walks to 13 and gives her a hug in a awkward, embarrassment way, and everyone was like, "Wait, you two know each other?" And 13 would say, "Oh yeah, this little dragon boy over here I used to babysit because he was just a troublemaker. Isn't that right, dragon boy?" I said, I told you not to call me that. I told you not to call me dragon boy. I'm not a kid anymore. God." And 13 is, "I still have anger issue, I see. You never change a bit. And at least I can control my anger unlike someone." And while he's looking at Bakugo, because he's the only one who has anger issues, and Bakugo just not saying anything. And of course, Aizawa was like, "We're wasting time here. We should get started." And of course, everything goes out the same, just like the original, about what 13 had to say, until, well, a warp gate appeared, and everything just goes out the same as the original, while the villain comes out, Tomura, Shigaraki, and the Nomu comes out, and everyone was shocked, like, wait, confused, like, wait, if the training's already started? And of course, Aizawa said, "No, this is not fake. This is real. These are villains." And then shock and stun, and Genzo, like shocked to see some familiar face because of his research that he had from his father. Like, some of these villains that his father used to know and work with before. And the one thing he knew about that warp gate is Kurogiri. Yes, he does have information about Kurogiri and his quirk, but the only thing he doesn't know about is Shigaraki and Nomu. But he heard rumors about it, of the notes that his father wrote, that All For One has adopted someone who has a quirk of decay. And not only that, he actually heard some rumors that the League of Villains are planning to create a secret weapon that to kill All Might. They don't know what. So, and Genzo put all the pieces together that maybe this guy who's leading, maybe that kid with a decay quirk, and that secret weapon is the monster, honestly. So, in his mind, he was like, wait, they're here to plan to kill All Might. Then how? Did this monster have some quirk that actually could stand up against All Might's abilities or something? I don't know. I just have a bad feeling about this. And while Aizawa deal with the villain just like the original, Kurogiri shows up right in front of all of us when where everyone is trying to escape. Of course, Kurogiri does his own monologue saying that we are the League of Villains. It's nice to meet you. We were expecting that All Might would show up, but apparently it looks like our plans has changed. And before 13 planned to use her black hole, both Bakugo and Kishin rush in to attack. Genzo screams like, "You idiot! You're dealing with the warp gate, villain, you idiots!" And of course, everyone, after the attack between both Kirishima and Bakugo and everyone was shocked, and they both turn around again and say, "Wait, you knew about this?" Like, "No, I didn't. I just know about his quirk. And plus, I know this guy anyway. I've done my research thanks to my father. He leave all the information about some of the League of Villains. And this guy, he's one of them. His name is Kurogiri. His quirk is Warp Gate. And this is bad, actually. But the other two that is leading, But the other two, the one that's leading and that monster right next to him, I honestly do not know what they are. I literally don't know. And he lied because he does know. He doesn't know the names of it, names who they are, but he only heard rumors about it. So this is the first time he actually met them two in person. So after the attack of Kirishima and Bakugo did, Kurogane does, use his warp gate to, before he actually does the, warp gate to everyone, he says, "So, the prodigal son know who I am." And they was like, "Wait, a prodigal son?" And gets like, "Wait, don't tell me he knew. How? How does he know about me?" Oh, he doesn't reveal my parentage. If they knew, I'm done for. Let's see how strong the son of the Dragon Lord himself really is. And he used his warp gate to warp gate everyone around just like the original. Since Genzo has been caught by the warp gate, he's sent with the landscape, I think that's what it's called, where Todoroki and Toro is at. So yeah, that's where Genzo's gonna be at. Todoroki and Genzo were the one who lands on the ground first, and Toa falls to the sky screaming for someone to catch her. Genzo actually caught her, and Genzo's like, "Are you alright?" And she's like, "I'm okay, but you caught me, my hero." It's like, oh god, is that really the time? We have villains to deal with, and plus you have the most advantage to hide or run away if you can. So you have a choice: run or hide. Let the boys deal with the villains. And Toro was like, "Okay, just be careful." And she does run out and find a place to hide, saying no one can't see her. So yeah. So pretty much now, I just want to clear this out of the way. All the events, what happened to the other characters, remain the same. Nothing has changed. And of course, Todoroki does take out some of the villains here and there, while Genzo took out some of them out conscious. But he wants to kill them, but he cannot reveal his true purpose of these villains to be, be spared alive. So, and of course, Todoroki does what he does in the original by, torture and get the information out of him. And one of the villains that he was planning to torture, he says, "Never, I ain't telling you jack shit." And Genzo, pulls out his finger like a gun and trying to brings out both lightning and flame combined and say, "You better, or I pull this trigger and make you blow your fucking head to smithereen into ash." So he actually explains about what the villains are planning, and after that, they shot Todoroki, and in Genzo's mind, he's like, "I knew it." And of course, so after they dealt with the villain, Genzo take Toro with the others after Kurogane done with 13 and all. After when Todoroki is far behind, where Genzo take Toro with the others, he sees while he appeared, because he's flying with his wings that he had, which is the wind elements that he's using to fly. He sees 13 down on the ground, badly damaged. He is shocked and infuriated. So when they would fly down, Genzo walked to her, get down on his knee, and he says, "13, are you okay? Say something." And 13 is like, "I'm fine, Ryu. I'm fine." And 13 is just knocked out conscious. She's not dead, barely. She's not dead, not even close. She's barely alive. And this does enrage Genzo. That means that when Kurogane teleports after he dealt with 13, because Ida did escape just like the original. So yeah, I'm time skipping all the other events because I don't feel like going to that, not going into that, because all that goes out the same just like the original. So yeah, that means Ida escaped, 13, retreat back to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki is pissed, and of course Aizawa does get hurt just like the original, and he's infuriated. Genzo is enraged and infuriated that his quote-unquote babysitter that he knows as a kid just knocked out conscious, literally almost died, and he turns around and see Aizawa literally getting crushed into pieces, breaking bones here and there, and he's actually is enraged. So he is about to go, berserk mode up in this bitch. So his almost the entire body turned into actual element itself. Mix of smoke, shadow, lightning, fire, and wind. And he says, "Behold my super move, Berserker mode!" And they all shocked that Uraraka and the others are shocked to say, "Wait, he already have a super move?" And Sero's like, "And it's called Berserk mode?" And Genzo says, like, "Look after 13. I'm going down there." Meanwhile, while Shigaraki is infuriated that he is enraged and pissed that Kurogiri let one of the kids to escape, and he says, "No matter, our game was over anyway. Let's go home. But first, let's destroy All Might's pride." So he's gonna plan on to kill, Asui just like the original, but Aizawa stopped him just like the original, and Deku is trying to attack Shigaraki. Again, the events between that scene goes out the same, nothing has changed, and while the Nomu save Shigaraki, and the Nomu is about to kill Deku, and Shigaraki is planning to kill both Mineta and Asui before Shigaraki is planning to put a hand on both of the kids of Asui and Mineta, Genzo was this close, getting close to Shigaraki until they hear the loud bang break through, and of course, All Might comes in with the same look expression on his face, just the original when he says, "'Cause I fear not, students, because I am here." And of course, All Might just goes out, does what he does in the original, just took out the villain with one single punch and get the kids out of the way, including Genzo himself. And Genzo's like, "You finally showed up, All Might. What the hell were you?" And All Might actually explained that because of Ida telling all the information what the hell is going on, and All Might tells Ida to inform this to the principal and all the teacher as well. So yeah, the reinforcement will be on their way as soon as possible. So Deku does explain about what happened, and he almost slipped out saying the word of "one for all." That goes out the same, and All Might tells both Midoriya, Mineta, Genzo, and Asui to take Aizawa back with the others. So both Midoriya and the others does exactly the original, but Genzo is still in his berserker mode. So yeah, he's still infuriated. He want to get his hands. And the fight between the first fight between Nomu and All Might goes out the same, where All Might decided to do the suplex on the Nomu, but Kurogiri into Fiend, and of course All Might gets injured just like the original. And so of course Midoriya decided to ask Asui and Mineta to take Aizawa, and Genzo actually decided to go with Midoriya, and Asui said, "What y'all two doing? What you guys gonna do?" And they're both not wasting time. They both just rush in to help All Might, but Kurogiri is trying to warp game Midoriya, but of course Bakugo just showed up by saying, "Get the hell out of my way, Deku!" And of course Todoroki used his ice cord to freeze the Nomu, and of course Kirishima was planning to attack Shigaraki, but Shigaraki dodged it. And Kirishima's like, damn it, that was gonna be so cool. And of course Bakugo's like, Losai, I stopped you before this smoky Losai, I stopped you before using your work, huh, you smoky bastard. And of course Todoroki said the symbol of peace will not be destroyed. And All Might says since Todoroki froze the Nomu, he could use the loose grip on the Nomu. And yeah, and this does piss off Shigaraki, but this actually made him interested that these kids are amazingly awesome. And of course, after the conversation, Tomura Shigaraki as the Nomu, and of course the Nomu does, break free and get out of the warp gate, and the ice that is made covered up. His arm and legs are covered in ice, and that goes out the same. We see that he has a super regeneration quirk, and All Might, well, not All Might, I forget what he's gonna say. Shigaraki ordered the Nomu to, free Kurogiri from that little brat. Instead of just All Might rush in to save Bakugo, it's actually Ginzo rush in to get Bakugo out of the way. He grabs Bakugo's arm and throws him out of the way, and Ginzo takes that blow and get hit instantly, and they're all shocked and confused, like whoa, Bakugo, Midori actually said, whoa, Kachan, you actually dodged it. And Bakugo's like, I didn't do anything. Was it All Might? And All Might said, no, I'm still right here. And they're all shocked and see, after the smoke cleared, they see Ginzo laying on the ground, lightless, out conscious. And Midori screams out, Ginzo! And Kirishima is shot, and Todoroki as well. And All Might is infuriated, enraged. He's like, you even attack a kid. You guys are heartless bastards. And Shigaraki just couldn't have a laugh. He's like, heartless? Heartless? Look who's talking. Why all they heroes that condone violence and think is heroic, but we villain do it is a terrible decision. That pissing me off. And of course, All Might just don't want to hear no more talking. He wants to go straight to the fight. And of course, after Kurogiri has been freed, Shigaraki gives both the Nomu and Kurogiri to kill All Might, while Shigaraki deals with the kids. And All Might wants to make sure that Shigaraki doesn't go to the kids. So All Might tells the kids to get Ginzo and get the hell out of here. But good luck with that. And before they're about to get ready to fight, they hear a sound coming from the end where Ginzo is at. They was like, what the hell is that sound? And they see a demonic war, and they looked at Ginzo while he's getting up in a demonic way. He showed a pose like a Walking Dead corpse, and he looks, and everyone's saying, Ginzo? And his head looks up, and his eyes are turning to a dragon pure red eye. And they all just feel the shiver, fearless, coming down from everyone's spine. Hell, it even caught the Shigaraki fierce as well. And Ginzo is like, I had enough of this. Thankfully, I have this. Thankfully, I have this to control my transformation quirk. And you know what? Fuck it. He removes the... I forgot to mention this. That Ginzo does have a equipment that around of his neck. It's not like a necklace. It's like a metal piece that get attached to his neck. So, whenever he has it on his neck, is to make sure he doesn't lose control of his quirk, which is transformation. Since he removed it, and throws it aside, he transforms. His entire body transformed into the same dragon that he transformed when he killed his parents at the age of 3. For those people who have not seen the image or don't know what his transformation quirk looks like as a dragon, I will add the images what it looks like right now. This is his transformation. His tail is the lightning. His wing is wind elements, and his underneath of his body is shadow, while the other are covered up in smoke. No, actually, the top is the rest of his body are shadow, and then underneath his body is smoke, and the fire that he comes out of his eyes are flaming fire, and also when he shoots out actual fire, well, you guys will find out what kind of fire it will be. After the transformation that Ginzo turned, everyone are shocked shitless, and everyone else could see it, see a fucking dragon appear out of fucking nowhere, and everyone is shocked, and Midoriya's like, he has a transformation quirk, and this actually shocked all minds, like, this is incredible. That means he's has to be related to the dragon hero, could it? And this actually shocked Shigaraki, and he finally comes snap out of it and said, "Nomu, kill that beast!" And Nomu does exactly as that, but before he's about to do anything, Ginzo in his dragon form, ready to shoot something out of his mouth, and he shoots out flaming shadow out of his mouth to aim the Nomu, fry him instantly, turning like a freaking fried chicken. After that, the Nomu's body becomes crispy and he cannot regenerate. So yeah, his super healing ability doesn't work. So this shocked everyone, like, did he just kill it? But the Nomu is still moving a little, but not regenerated. This shocked Shigaraki that the regeneration is not working. Why is it not working? And we hear a loud demonic dragon roar, and everyone had to close their ears of that sound. And he looks down at the Nomu, giving like another growl, like, well, it's kind of like this. That's pretty much the sound that he growls, actually, as a demonic sound. So he leans down, uses his head to eat the Nomu. He ate the entire body of the Nomu, eating it instantly, and killed the Nomu right there and then. And everyone is shocked, like, and Kirishima was like, did he just eat that thing? And Midoriya sees that the mechanical thing that attached Ginzo's neck, and he had to put that on him before he's planning to attack them as well. So Midoriya goes and grabs the metal thing attached around Ginzo's neck. He throws the metal thing at Ginzo's underneath his neck. With that metal thing activates, he turns back to his human form, and Ginzo actually doesn't pass out this time. He's just out of breath a little bit and a little bit exhausted this time, and he just had to say, like, thank you, Midoriya. And he literally passed out unconscious, and he's just out cold, and Midoriya is about to touch Ginzo's and make sure he's okay. After touching his head, it's completely freaking hot. His head is freaking way fucking hot than actual fire, and his temperature is like beyond scalding. And it's surprised that Ginzo is not dead. And this pissed off Shigaraki, and he knows that it's game over now. We have to go now. Before Shigaraki escape, he does get shot just like the original, and of course, Shigaraki Kurogiri does escape just like the original. So that means in this timeline, All Might doesn't get badly damaged just like the original because the original he's the one who saved Bakugo, but in this timeline, Ginzo is the one who took that blow. So yeah, so pretty much the pro hero rescued the entire student that had been separated just like the original. All Might is not injured. He's not in his true form yet. That means he didn't use the final less of the minute of his transformation. I mean, in his form that he's in right now. But he's about to turn back to his his true form right about now until everything turned into smoke. And that means Midoriya didn't break his bone and legs this time. So yeah, that means the only injury that Midoriya has is his broken finger. And the injury that All Might has is that where the Nomu just, found All Might's weakness. The only person that has true injured is, well, Ginzo took that blow, and also his temperature went on beyond scolding after entering his transformation quirk, so he's the only one with a little bit badly injuries here and there. So, yeah, that's the only time. So pretty much Ginzo is the only one who has way more injured than All Might and Deku, actually. So, yeah. And the good news, in the aftermath, 13 and Azar are at the hospital just the original, and everyone was just relieved and happy. Uraraka and Ida was asking about how is Midoriya doing, and the chief guy, I forget his name honestly, the same guy that we saw the original, he said, oh, he's fine, all he has is just a broken finger, he'll be fine. Same goes for All Might, because he did have a little bit injured. And the other, as how Aizawa and 13 doing, he said they're also okay as well. And Jiro is actually a bit worried about Ginzo. She asks, what about Ginzo? Is he going to be okay? And the officer, what's his name? I forget what he's called. The investigator, that's what I'm going to call him. He says, oh, Ginzo? Oh, the red eye guy. Okay, yeah. He's okay. He's at the recovery girl. Right now he's recovering after that damage that he took that blow. Not only that, his temperature wouldn't be all scolding. His entire head and face feel like it's actually literally on fire. So he's doing all fine. He's doing alright. He just needs his time to rest and recover after that injury, actually. And this actually gave Jiro sigh of relief. Same goes for Kirishima, Asui, and Tokoyami, actually. They were just a bit worried, see if he was okay, if he's not dead. But the investigator said it was lucky for him that he didn't die. Like I said, his temperature wouldn't be all scolding. His entire face literally would turn into fire. It's a good thing that he didn't die. You could say lucky for him or good luck, actually. So he is tough. I have to say that. And I think it's time for y'all the guys to go back to school, actually. Back to class, actually, I meant. And everyone just decided to head out. And of course, the investigator asked Nezu if he could investigate the UA just in case. And Nezu accepted. And we're back. We'll go into the UA, where we're in the recovery, the nurse's room, where both All Might and and Midoriya is at just checking, or actually are recovering. Midoriya get his finger recovered, and All Might get his wounded recovered, but they still have to stay in the hospital so they can get some rest after that fight. And All Might asked the recovery girl, saying how is young Ginzo is holding, and the recovery girl actually said that she actually managed to get the temperature heated down really quickly. Right now he needs to be in the cold air or cold breathe for a bit. So yeah, all in all he has just a little bit broken rib and a little bit bruises here and there, but thanks to her she actually recovered that. And before All Might is in his true form right now, and of course All Might's friend, the investigator, walked in, and Midoriya's like freaking out and saying, like, is he okay to see you like this? And All Might said, like, yeah, he's fine, he's cool, he's a good friend of mine, I trust him. And of course that goes out the same as the original. But before All Might made his speech about these kids are tough, etc., and after that, Genzo gets up and say, we are one tough son of a bitch, aren't we? And this shocked everyone, even All Might and Midoriya, like, oh no. And don't even think about turning your butt form either, All Might, because we need to have a talk. And I think it's time that you must know about my past, because to make it even and fair, I know about one for all. And this shocked both Deku, All Might, Recovery Girl, and the investigator, that are shocked and stunned. And All Might asked, how long did you know? Then Genzo said, I'll explain everything. And we're gonna time skip this to where after, you know, the after credits, just like the original, where Deku, you know, heads on out and meets Ida and Uraraka, and they're about to head back home, and we get the end credit where we see Stain. And before that, but so yeah, that's pretty much where I'm gonna end it here. And I know, so yeah, that's the end of this part. And I know what you guys thinking, like, wait, is Genzo gonna tell them in a flashback? Yes, that's all I'm gonna say. Genzo, you guys will see the conversation between Genzo, Midoriya, and All Might in a flashback. So yeah, you guys are gonna see that in a flashback for when we get to the season 2 of My Hero Academia, by OC actually. So yeah, and this is where I'm gonna end this part here. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my social media, my Discord server, my GoFundMe page will all be down below. Script-wise, you guys know about all that shenanigans. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before, shout out Critias. I'll see you guys later.